August 12th of 2013, we arrived to middle of nowhere, Idaho for a semester at the Alzar School. I was thrilled and a little bit scared for 5 months of leadership training, facilitated through academics, environmental stewardship, traveling, and outdoor activities. I was wary, though, of 3-mile runs in the morning, one-on-one math class, and kayaking, besides experts. Never before had I been so physically challenged or involved in such an intimate community. I was scared of not being good enough, of being a beginner. It wasn't in an immediate or magical way that I learned I was capable of rolling my kayak back up when it flipped, or writing an analytical essay on Into the Wild. And it certainly wasn't without frustration. But I kept on trying, and what I found was that with effort and determination, with reciprocated help and support from others, I was improving and surprising myself in ways I never thought possible, that I was capable of enacting this change. I learned to live with intention by trying new things, pushing myself, and doing what I believe in. Plus, always being open to learning about how to create mood, how to do a stern squirt, but most of all, how to live my life the way I want. Be it middle of nowhere, Idaho, or my very own hometown, Upper Dublin, Pennsylvania, I'm off to live a life with intention. Do you know what kind of life you want to live? I thought I did. However, I was just a passenger sitting idly by, allowing things to happen and situations to change and moments to pass by. I was utterly unhappy, but I never knew what I should do to take control. At home, I was majoring in stress, worn down by competition, cattiness, and materialism that overwhelmed my classes in town. I was pretty busy at home, but yet found myself bored and not happy with what I was doing. I felt trapped, and it all compiled into an emptiness where I was grasping for meaning. For the first time at Alzar School, I acknowledged my deepest desires, my values, my hopes and dreams. I vividly remember staring with wide eyes and quaking in fear at the top of Snowhole. I gingerly paddled along in my inflatable kayak, mortified at the prospect of going down a Class 4 rapid. Somebody yelled to me, "Elena, paddle!" And then I went down. I did it, and I flipped. And it was simply electrifying. The pure thrill, the wonderment of water so powerful had me infatuated. And I don't think I'd ever felt such profound fulfillment in trying something BA before Alzar. The uncertainty and lack of control of being under the water's influence taught me to push myself. It taught me that it is okay to try new things and not be great at them. I tried to be intentional about where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do when I kayaked from then on. When I decided to try and go down Pescador, it meant scoping out the line and paddling as hard as I possibly could. Another aspect of Alzar School is academics, and I wasn't expecting the impact my classes would have on me. For the first time, I began to understand that there is much more to my life than doing just superbly fantastical in school. Me being happy, well-rested, relaxed is something I should probably value. At the same time, through my classes, I grasped humility, balancing input and building off of others' ideas in a respectful manner, using my teachers as a resource to learn from. Of course, I don't have to expect myself to know everything about math. I'm still learning. That's why I'm in class. Through kayaking, through academics, through Alzar School, I felt empowered to do what I love and balance my interests. Stress management. I want you all to take a moment and imagine that you woke up one day with your mattress on a river flowing south. It's absolutely majestical soul outside, the sun presenting you little golden kisses and the river merrily flowing along. Jessica, what would you do?
Well, if it's a nice day, I'd probably just hang out on the mattress and just chill,
Like me? Suddenly, from the horizon line, you hear booming crashes, and when you turn, a wall of brewing, bubbling waves and rocks fills your focus.
Oh, shoot!
Jessica, what What would you do now?
Well, I mean, if I couldn't get out of there, if I couldn't paddle to shore, I'd just paddle as hard as I could through that rapid.
Great. That makes a lot of sense. See? Now it's obvious you should probably get moving. But you've always had two options. You could passively live and float down the river south like a piece of driftwood and hope that you see some nice fishies along the way. Or you could live intentionally, swimming and paddling ashore and traveling north, west, east, or south, with the freedom to switch directions and change your speed at any time. At Alzar, we're constantly faced with rapids, literally and metaphorically. But at home, it's easy to float along in a mellow current. So how do I live with intention through my everyday life? I told Ellie the other day that everything was great, I wasn't stressed about finals, that I was going to go home and do the best I could, enact my confidence, explore my talents and opportunities, etc., and then I had another panic attack, which is perfectly normal and understandable. I'm a 15-year-old girl. Isn't that all you need to know, that I'm utterly bewildered and in awe at life at the same time? It's definitely natural to feel fear and self-doubt when examining your life, your choices, and your routines. However, know that resistance is a sign that you must keep going and do the thing you're scared to do, because that's how you grow. So living with intention doesn't mean everything is always all right, but it means I'm going to take responsibility for my well-being and listen to myself when I get back home. I think it's all about trying and putting yourself out there, trying new activities, meeting new people, giving back, and expanding your perspective. To me, these things make my life meaningful. Really listening to the conversation with my friends, joining my local bike club and working at a farm. Living in the moment actively, thinking about what do I want right now, not the how will I get theirs and what rapids do I need to worry about on the new blade. I want to mindfully choose how I spend each day, how I exert my energy, what thoughts fill my mind, what food fills my body, and what environment surrounds me. I want to choose positive thoughts because I know they create my feelings. I want to understand that everything isn't perfect. I want to love the direction I'm headed because I've made active decisions to get there. Wherever I am, I know that I'm constantly drawn to the satisfaction of knowledge and adventure. So be it middle of nowhere, Idaho, or my very own hometown, Upper Dublin, Pennsylvania, I'm off to live with a life of intention.